Yeah, good morning. I'm here to talk about climate innovation and how the young people can benefit from what we are doing at Kenya Climate Innovation Center. This is just a new initiative which started in September last year. And as we all know, climate change has severe effects, particularly on development of our country, and it's likely to affect our agricultural productivity and our infrastructure, the population at large. So today I'll just make a small presentation on the challenges of climate innovation, what we are doing at Kenya Climate Innovation Center, and what you as young people can benefit from what we are doing. Next slide. So the biggest concern for the poor and particularly for the developing country is that most of the poor people will actually suffer more because of the climate change. And there's a report by an institution called Potsdam, which predicts that the temperature will rise to 4 degrees Celsius by the end of the century. And this is likely to trigger a number of issues like heat waves, declining food stocks, rising sea levels, and lack of action on this change is likely to leave our children with a completely different world. And next. Beyond the 2% scenario that we are talking about, we are going to have a number of impact like Mombasa. We have a coastal city like Mombasa, as well as some islands in Kenya which are likely to be threatened by climate change. We are likely to have an increased risk in food production. Many of our dry areas, we know Kenya has a lot of dry area in the north, is likely to become drier, and wet regions are likely to be more wetter. Substantial water scarcity in many regions. Even Nairobi currently we are experiencing some water shortage. We're likely to have an increased intensity of the tropical cyclones and irreversible loss on biodiversity, including our coral reef system. However, we still have hope that we are not likely to get to the 4%, but we can still hold the warming at 2% degrees. Therefore, there's need for us to have a greater adaptation and a mitigation effort that are essential and come up with some solutions. Next. Next. So, any difficult journey that picture you're seeing there requires some innovation. So, you as young people, whatever that I've said, you can actually achieve it if you are all innovative. Because you must be wondering how those people were able to carry all that to their destination. So, what is CIC? We are an initiative funded by UK Aid and NAVIDA. And what we are providing, particularly for you young people who I'm talking to today, we'll provide you with incubation in case you have an innovation. We'll do capacity building for you. We are also offering some financial services, particularly in developing climate mitigation and adaptation solutions. So if any of you have any innovation that mitigates and adapt or give a solution towards climate change, then you should be able to talk to us and we'll be able to assist you. Actually, Kenya CIC is the first to be launched in the world. There are a number of climate innovation centers that are going to be launched, but Kenya was the first one. The next one is likely to be launched in Ethiopia and India. So the world over, they are learning from what we are doing, and we are calling upon young people to ensure that the world over learns from the lessons of Kenya So I'll call upon you to just come over and learn more on what we are doing. We have a number of partners that we are working with, like GWEB, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Strathmore University, and KP. These are our lead partners. We also have some supporting partners in terms of UNIDO, Delphi, Kipra, Networks, TechnoServe, among others, who we are also currently working with. And the question that most people then asked was why the Climate Innovation Center in Kenya? So you realize Kenya currently has only about 14 to 16% of Kenyan households connected to the grid, which is a significant energy in the country. So we need solutions to reach the other people who are off grid, and that's what we are calling upon you young people. If you can come up with solutions on how you can connect the about 80% of the Kenyan population that is not on the grid, will be good. We also see a wide use of traditional biomass, and with wood accounting to about 68% of biomass used in Kenya. And as we know, we're all depleting our forests, Abadeas, Mau forest. So we need to come up with more innovative ways of how we can better utilize our biomass. A number of people are also not able to access safe water. So it's only estimated that about 60% of our population in the urban areas and about 40 in the rural areas are able to access safe drinking water. While sewerage only covers about 14% of the entire population. So there's a lot of opportunities for young people in that area to see how best can we come up with ways that we can help our people access safe drinking water. Then the next area why we have climate innovation is because of agriculture. Kenya is basically an agriculture-based economy, and our agriculture contributes about 80% of formal employment and 26% to our GDP. But we know currently we are facing challenges with low and erratic rains. So we need also to look at ways of how best can we continue growing our agribusiness to account for the 80% and also increase its contribution to the GDP. So where we focus our effort is mainly in water and sanitation. So any young person who has an innovative idea in water and sanitation can talk to us. Any young person who has an innovation in renewable energy can also talk to us. Any young person who has an innovative idea on agribusiness can also talk to us. Just to give you, since September, since our inception, where we are, so far we've signed contracts with about 17% of small and medium enterprises. We've received so far 35 applications after our launch. We have about 22% in renewable energy, 5 in agribusiness. Renewable energy and agriculture have about 4. Water and sanitation, we also have about 4. And our activities, as I said earlier, one of the main activities we do is to offer you an advisory service. So under this service, we'll be able to offer you training and capacity building. We have a lot of toolkits on how you can become an innovator, how you can move forward your innovation, and we also have the packaged support services. We are also offering finance, because we understand most of the innovation don't go to commercialization because most of the financial institutions will not support you until they are sure that your business model can actually work. And that's one area where CIC is very strong, that we'll be able to support you to prove your concept, test it, and show that it can actually work. And we'll also be able to facilitate you access other sources of financing. So as we talk about employment, just don't look about getting formal employment, but you can also create employment through coming up with innovative ideas and employing other young people. At CIC, we also have a service where we have you access to facilities In case you need a place you can work from, network with other innovators, maybe you want to test your innovation, you need a library to design, CIC will be able to offer you that. CIC is also working with government and various government departments to ensure that in case any of you come up with a brilliant idea, we are looking for Steve Jobs in Kenya who can actually come up with an idea. And if you feel the current policy framework is not favorable for you to achieve your idea, then you can talk to us and we'll also be able to talk to the relevant government ministry to ensure that the relevant innovation actually reaches commercialization. Then we also provide access to information. There are various information that we have in terms of what are the current new technologies, where can you get finances, where are the markets where you can sell your products, both local and international. I'll just give you a synopsis of one of the companies that we are currently working with. They are called Bioso, and they are currently based in the Western area. Their technology is on biofuel, and the climate impact is on mitigation. They are currently producing stearin. This is a biofuel from castor oil. So they've moved to a state where they are currently now testing this idea and see how they can produce stearin from castor oil. Expected outcome, we want to make CIC a place to go because we have a number of activities, and one of it is we are looking at creating jobs by encouraging innovations in the country. We would also want to launch a number of companies, because anyone who comes up with an idea and wants to form a company will see you do that. We are also looking at reducing carbon dioxide emissions, creating a greater climate resilience in Kenya, ensuring that there is access to clean energy and water in the country, and also strengthening technology transfer and local innovation capacity. And in support of government policy and initiative, I'll just mention that Kenya Climate Innovation Center was formed following consultation with the various government ministries, and even the Climate Change Coordination Unit in the Prime Minister's office, where Mr. November is one of the members, was involved in that, Ministry of Environment. And what we are looking at is supporting Kenya Vision 2030 to ensure that we are now a middle-income country. We are also supporting Greening Kenya, where we are trying to see all initiatives that will allow us to have low carbon emissions in Kenya. And we are also supporting the National Climate Change Response Strategy, specifically to advocate for innovation centers to be set up across the country. Who can benefit from our services? If you are any entrepreneur, a student, an SME, you can also talk to us. And if you have any innovative ideas in energy, water, agriculture, then talk to us. Financial institutions, we are also going to work with them so that we tailor packages that can meet innovators. We are also working with government to ensure that we have the right policy framework in place to support adaptation of green technology in Kenya. And we're also working with the private sector, because you realize you need to manage the entire value chain. You may be a producer, but you don't know how to market or how to distribute your products. So the private sector will come in case you need incubation services, they'll offer you that. And we are also working with academia, so that they come up with research documents and forge linkages, wherever you need support from the academia. There is the last slide has our contact details. We are based at Strathmore University, School of Business. So you are welcome to the Kenya Climate Innovation Center as young people to see that we achieve our vision 2030. Thank you.